In commercial aviation, sometimes the biggest revolution doesn't come from a plane that already exists, but from an aircraft everyone starts talking about before it even flies. And right now, one of the most talked about future aircraft concepts is something many aviation insiders call the Airbus A390, a giant next-generation wide-body aircraft that could potentially fill the massive gap between the Airbus A350 and the aging legacy of the Airbus A380. This is not officially launched by Airbus yet, but the market pressure behind it is very real, and if Airbus moves forward with something like the A390, it could completely reshape the future of long-haul aviation, while forcing both China and Russia to rethink their own wide-body ambitions. This is how Airbus's new A390 could revolutionize the industry. First, let's understand the problem. When Airbus ended production of the A380, the company made a clear decision. The future of aviation would belong to efficient twin-engine aircraft, not giant four-engine super jumbos. And honestly, they were right. Airlines moved toward aircraft like the A350, Boeing 787, and Boeing 777 family because they offered lower fuel burn, better flexibility, and lower operating costs. Point-to-point travel became more valuable than hub-to-hub mega aircraft operations. Four engines started to look expensive. Two engines looked smart. That shift changed the industry. But then a new problem appeared. There is now a growing gap in the market between the A350-1000 and Boeing's delayed 777X program. Some major airlines, especially ultra-long-haul carriers like Emirates, Qatar Airways, and Singapore Airlines, still need very high-capacity aircraft, not as large as the A380, but larger than today's A350-1000. They want something in between, a modern, ultra-large twin-engine aircraft with near super jumbo capacity but without super jumbo costs. That aircraft does not officially exist yet, and that is exactly where the A390 conversation begins. Many aviation analysts describe the A390 as a possible conceptual response, an unofficial name for a future Airbus ultra-large twin designed to challenge the Boeing 777-9 and protect Airbus dominance in the high-capacity long-haul segment. It would not be an A380 replacement. It would be something smarter, a twin-engine giant built for modern economics. That idea alone is why the industry is paying attention, because if Airbus launches it correctly, it could create a new category. Now let's talk about why this matters so much. The Boeing 77X was supposed to dominate this space. Designed as the next flagship for airlines needing very high capacity with better efficiency than older jumbo jets. But delays have changed everything. The program has faced repeated certification and timeline challenges, forcing airlines to wait longer than expected. That delay creates opportunity, and Airbus understands timing better than most companies in aviation. If Boeing leaves a gap, Airbus usually studies it carefully. That is exactly what happened with the A321XLR in the narrow-body market. Now the same strategic thinking may be happening in wide-body aviation. Instead of rushing into another giant aircraft mistake, Airbus could quietly build the perfect bridge between the A350 and the lost A380 market. That would be a masterstroke, especially because Airbus is already investing heavily in future aircraft technologies. Airbus says its next-generation aircraft focus includes advanced wing design, lighter materials, digital systems, and engine concepts like the CFM Rise open-fan demonstrator, which aims for around 20% lower fuel consumption compared to today's best single-aisle engines. While those projects focus strongly on future single-aisle aircraft, the same philosophy matters for future wide-bodies too. Efficiency first. And that is exactly what an A390 would need. Longer range, higher passenger capacity, lower fuel burn, twin-engine economics. That combination would be extremely powerful. Now let's bring China and Russia into the story. Why would they be shocked? Because both countries are trying to strengthen their own wide-body aviation strategies. China continues pushing programs like the COMAC C919 for narrow-body competition, and has long-term wide-body ambitions beyond that. Russia, meanwhile, continues focusing on domestic programs like the Il-96 modernization and future heavy engine projects like the PD-35 for large aircraft development. Both countries understand one thing: wide-body aircraft define aerospace prestige. Anyone can build regional aircraft eventually. Very few can dominate long-haul global aviation. That space is elite, and Airbus knows it. If Airbus launches a successful ultra-large twin before these competitors mature their own programs, it extends Western dominance even further. That would make future competition much harder. especially because airlines do not switch wide-body platforms easily. Fleet decisions last decades. If Airbus locks in major customers now, China and Russia face a much steeper hill later. That is why this matters globally, not just for Europe. There is also another major factor: Emirates. Whenever people discuss the future A390 concept, Emirates always appears in the conversation. Why? Because Emirates operates at the extreme edge of capacity demand. Its network thrives on huge passenger volumes across ultra-long-haul routes. It loved the A380 because few airlines could use giant aircraft as effectively. But the world changed. Even Emirates wants efficiency with size, not just size alone. The Boeing 777X delays created serious frustration across that segment. And airlines like Emirates cannot wait forever. They need the next flagship, not 10 years later. Now. That pressure creates opportunity for Airbus, and opportunity creates aircraft. Even online aviation communities repeatedly describe the missing middle giant between the A350-1000 and A380 as one of the biggest unanswered questions in commercial aviation. Some discussions even frame the A390 as the aircraft airlines secretly want most. That may sound dramatic, but the logic is real. Airlines want capacity without punishment. That is the golden formula. Now let's stay realistic. There are huge risks. Launching a new wide-body program is one of the most expensive decisions in aerospace. Billions of dollars, massive certification timelines, supplier risks, engine dependency, long-term market uncertainty. Airbus learned painful lessons from the A380. It will not repeat that mistake easily. That is why any future A390 would likely be evolutionary, not revolutionary. Even Airbus leadership has emphasized that next-generation aircraft are expected to be more evolutionary than revolutionary, focused on efficiency improvements rather than dramatic risky leaps. Reuters also reported Airbus leadership saying future aircraft planning remains centered on practical gains like advanced propulsion and lower fuel burn, rather than radical sudden change. That actually makes the A390 concept stronger, not weaker, because airlines trust practical evolution more than expensive dreams. The smartest future aircraft are not always the most dramatic. They are the ones airlines can actually profit from. That is why a stretched, optimized, ultra-efficient twin could be far more dangerous to competitors than another super jumbo fantasy. Now think about Boeing. If Airbus moves first, Boeing faces pressure from both sides. The A321XLR already attacks parts of Boeing's mid-market opportunity. An A390-style aircraft could pressure the upper wide-body segment while the 777X still fights delays. That would be strategic pain, not because Boeing lacks great aircraft, but because timing in aviation is everything. Miss the right moment, and the market moves without you. This is exactly how Airbus built major victories in the past: quietly, strategically, patiently. That is why the title feels real, how Airbus's new A390 is coming and revolutionizing the industry. Not because Airbus officially announced an aircraft called A390 tomorrow, but because the market conditions are creating something almost unavoidable. Pressure creates design, design creates strategy, strategy creates aircraft, and right now, all three are aligning. Even Airbus itself is targeting strong commercial momentum, aiming for around 870 commercial aircraft deliveries in 2026, while demand for fuel-efficient aircraft remains extremely strong worldwide. That tells you the environment is perfect for bold, long-term planning, because airlines are buying, fleets are modernizing, and the next generation must be decided now. This is why China and Russia are watching closely, because if Airbus wins the next ultra-large twin category first, it shapes global fleet decisions for the next 20 years. That is bigger than one aircraft. That is market control. And market control in aviation means strategic power. So when people ask whether the A390 is real, the better question is this: does the market need it? And the answer looks increasingly like yes. That is often how aircraft are born, not from dreams, but from pressure. The A320 was born from opportunity. The A350 was born from competition. And something like the A390 may be born from a missing space nobody can ignore anymore. That's how industries evolve, quietly at first. And if Airbus gets this right, it could redefine long-haul aviation again, just like it did before. Not with 4 engines, not with the biggest plane ever built, but with the smartest large aircraft for the modern world. That is far more dangerous. Now the real question is this: Will Airbus actually launch something like the A390 before Boeing fully stabilizes the 777X? Or will this remain one of aviation's most fascinating what-if stories? That answer could define the next decade of commercial aviation. But one thing is already clear. The future of wide-body competition is not finished. It may just be starting again. And if the A390 becomes real, China, Russia, Boeing, and the entire industry will feel it. If you enjoyed this deep and informative aviation breakdown, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you rather see Airbus build a true A390 ultra-large twin, or should the A350 remain its flagship forever? And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more powerful aviation documentaries and research-based aviation stories just like this. Because in aviation, sometimes the aircraft that changes everything hasn't even been built yet.